In the following video, I'm going to show you how to run the range test application on the Flex Gecko family of the Silicon Labs wireless MCUs. Range test is a standalone test application that creates a radio link between two evaluation kits and sends predefined amount of packets from the transmitter side to the receiver. The range test demo implements packet error rate or PER measurement. PER is a commonly used technique for measuring the quality of RF links in wireless systems under specific conditions. To start, you need to set up two EFR32 development kits, radio boards with main boards. Once you have installed all the required software, you can connect your EFR32 development kit hardware to your PC using a mini USB cable. Make sure the three-way power switch in the bottom left is set to AEM. Once Simplicity Studio is running, scroll down the detected hardware list and select the serial number of your device. In the Simplicity perspective, click the Software Example style. In the New Example Project dialog, on the SDK drop-down menu, select Silicon Labs Rail. By default, Simplicity Studio loads the kit and the part number of your connected starter kit. In case it is not correct, you have to change it manually. Click on Next, then in the Select Silicon Labs Rail Framework Sample Application dialog, select Silicon Labs Rail Range Test Sample Application for EFR32. Click Next. In the project configuration window, specify a location and name for your application. Please note that the location must be on the same Windows partition as the stack. Click on Next, and the window will show you the various build configurations available. Tick off one of the initial build configurations to include in the project. Please note that you must have a toolchain and build target selected and configured for the Finish button to be enabled. If you do not see the Finish button enabled, check your toolchains and build targets by clicking on the links at the bottom of the dialog. Finally, click on Finish. When you finish creating your sample application, an Application Builder General tab opens. In the General tab, if the architecture parameters shown for MCU and radio and board type are not correct for your target device, change them by clicking on one of the configuration buttons and then select the right device from the list. In general, the initial configuration settings for sample applications should be correct. The Rail Application Framework allows you to modify the file configuration for the application. Choose the Radio Config tab to modify the file configuration for your application. For more information on how to set the modem parameters, please refer to AN971 EFR32 Radio Configurator User Guide. After setting the modem parameters, click Generate in the upper right corner of the Application Builder window. When generation is complete, a dialog shows the generated files. After you click OK, the General tab returns. To build your application, click Build on the top toolbar. Your sample application will compile based on its build configuration. You can change the build configuration at any time in the Project Explorer view by right-clicking on the project and going to Build Configurations, Set Active. In case a full erase is not necessary, press the Debug button in the Developer perspective. This will flash the project into the board if it was successfully built. This will only update the program memory. Once the project is flashed, the board can be started with the Resume button. The range test can be performed inside the building if indoor propagation is to be tested. However, it is advised to perform the test outside the building, line of sight, to get the best possible range results as well as the best comparable results to different settings. It is also recommended the antennas are located at least 1.5 meters above the ground. Please note, if you are going to use the WSDK as a mobile device to run the range test, it is recommended to connect an external AA battery pack to the WSDK board. The coin cell battery will not have enough power to do long-term testing. After starting the demo, the first screen is the welcome screen, which shows the Silicon Laboratories logo, the carrier frequency, and the RF power level. The welcome screen is shown for up to 3 seconds, or as long as any of the push buttons is held pressed. The on-screen menu system is designed for easy configuration. For accurate range testing, The demo measures the actual packet error rate of the radio link. Two push buttons are used to navigate the menu system. Soft labels describe the current function of the given buttons. In general, push button number 1 is used to navigate down through the menu items. Push button number 0 is used to configure the menu item selected by the pointer. Those items where a plus label can be seen at the bottom right corner are configurable. Please note that the range test is performed as a one-way radio communication. The node's functionality initiated by selecting either TX or RX in the mode menu item. One end of the link must be set up as a transmitter and the other end of the link must be set up as a receiver. All the RF settings of the radio, as data rate, modulation, frequency settings, and output power, are listed in the menu. The desired channel, packet count, payload lengths, and the moving average window size are all configurable parameters, and it is also possible to change the self and remote IDs of the nodes. After the menu items are configured, select Start Range Test on both of the devices. The test needs to be started at the transmit side by pressing Start. You can follow the number of transmitted packets on the LCD screen only at the transmit side. The number of lost packets and the packet error rate are defined only at the receive side and are based on the first and last received packet numbers. The signal strength of the incoming packet is measured during packet reception and the actual RSSI value is shown on the LCD display. The RSSI values are also presented as a graph on the screen. The dynamic change in RSSI value can be observed accurately by configuring the moving average window size. The test runs as long as the number of transmitted packets reaches the predefined number or until the test is interrupted by pressing Stop at the transmit side. In case UART mode is turned on, status messages can be observed on the UART-TX line for each radio packet. This information is formatted in a human-readable format. The range test application should be accessed using a standard serial port. The default version uses the WSTK's built-in serial port to provide access to this, so do not attempt to connect directly to the UART GPIOs. The serial port can be accessed via USB. In Simplicity Studio's network analyzer perspective, the console view will give you a command line interface in order to read the status messages. You can reach the adapters view by going back to Simplicity perspective and selecting Network Analyzer. First, you need to right-click on your device in the adapters view and choose Connect if you are not already connected, and then launch Console. That's how to use the range test demo application running on an EFR32FG. Thank you for watching.